Let me see if I can get this on the tablet here and we can get going. So if anybody is tuning in, hold on for a second. I'll get myself together here. Okay, I know you can hear me, so. All right, the tablet wants to act correct today, so that's all good. Hey Vermont, hey Jay. All right, we're gonna get this going. I know you guys see the back of my head, but there's also a, maybe I can do this the other way before I even get started. Maybe I can just kill that image. Let's drag that over here. And let's slag this over so you don't get to see my head. And I think we can do that. That should be good enough there. Okay. Well, a buddy of mine was doing Floral. That would be Mr. Vermont. And just like everybody else, including myself back in the past, you know, they got their own issues with it. So I'll try to help him out a little bit there. What I have is an 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper, about 100 and, what are you? Actually, you're 140 pound weight. So it can take a licking and keep on ticking. It's got great texture. You may be able to see the texture. I've already primed this with glycerin and white paint. So it's dry, but it's still got that glycerin type of feel to it. All right. It's just white paint and glycerin together mixed, 40-70 or something like that. Okay, more paint than glycerin. Even with this, a very little bit goes a long way. All right, I'm looking down here at the palette I got. Now you guys got a weird view of it, okay? But I got red, brown, yellow ochre, sap green, ultramarine blue, believe it or not, and some chalk paint. It's white. I bought the wrong tube of white paint. I bought mixing white, which is for me absolutely useless, but I bought it without looking at the label because that's what men do, and so I'll be suffering with that for a little while. Okie dokie then. Let's get to do something with this background. I think I'm going to use a little bit of purple too. I think I'll throw the purple over here on the corner. All right, I'm gonna just use the purple part for a little bit of background. I'm gonna dole out the background, maybe get it a little gray brown or something like that. Okay, all right, I'm going to get a little bit of this purple. I'll put it somewhere around in here. I get a little bit of yellow ochre and put it also in there, and I'm gonna just kind of mix those up a little bit. I'm gonna get a little glycerin, just a little bit. I'm gonna go over here to the board. All right, and I'll just kind of slap some of that on there like that. Obviously more purple than the yellow as of right now, the ochre. So I'll throw the ochre in there. Get it grayed up a little. See? Yeah. Throw some in the corners like that, just like so. It's just a little bit of glycerin because I want this stuff to dry. If I took a little touch of white, just a small touch of white, okay, as you can see, it will kind of gray that up a little bit. All right. Okay, let's get a little bit of red. Just a little bit of red. I'm going into my green with that red. So I got some green and red. And let's put it up here. A little bit of green, a little bit of red. Now obviously it's more red than green. We're gonna correct that. So I'll get a little bit more green. Throw it in here while it's wet and everything. Mix it up. And you got another form of two complementary colors next to each other. Okay, as you can see, the colors are very, very similar. I'll take the same white and we'll just put it in there, just like that. Barely any, there's glycerin, a little bit of glycerin on the brush, really. Okay, let's take some blue. Take a little bit of blue. I don't have orange, so we'll just use a little bit of red. I'll just dip that blue and red in there. It's going to take like a violet type of thing going on. So we'll put that darkness right in there like this. As you can see, it's kind of really grayed and dulled out, looking kind of weird. All right, that's because I didn't really play around with the glycerin as much. The paint still got a little wetness to it. We'll just kind of shine that up right up in here, and we'll bring some of that up in here like that. It's no big deal. I'm not really concerned about it being extravagantly super bright or anything like that. This brownish color will be okay. All right, let's get a little bit of we'll get a little bit of green. I'll dip one half of the brush in white, and we'll just kind of put that up around in here somewhere, just kind of like that. And it's really a lot of like I say, just glycerin on the paper, so it's helping it move around and keep it, believe it or not, it's keeping it wet. Very extremely tacky, which is cool. You know, it's no big deal. I'll get red and I get some violet. I'll throw it right here in the corner. Why? Because. No real reason, just because. Throw it in there like that, drag it around a little bit, bring some of that red out, just like that. Do I want it to really look exactly perfect? Not really. We're gonna have a bunch of flowers in front of all of this. Okay, so this is just grayed out, very odd looking background color. And believe it or not, yes, I can smooth all of this over because it's still wet, it's still tacky. So with this same oversized brush, I can just, because it's tacky, I can move it around. I kind of know what to do with it. So I can smooth all of this craziness out. Even though I got different colors in here, it's all kind of coming together as this odd purple reddish brown kind of thing. Very muted, very backgroundy color. It's got movement in it because of the brush strokes I'm doing with it. Okay, so you're not getting rid of the initial strokes, but you can smooth everything over, and you got a lot of flowing stuff going in different directions, so you got movement in the background without really trying so hard. All right, hey Shane. Hey, how you doing, Hoswina? It's good to see you. We're gonna examine the flower. This is more for my buddy Bruce, and I'm not really slated to do anything. I was supposed to be quite a few miles away from here. Actually, at this time, I should have been done and back to the house, but it was canceled, so I had a whole bunch of nothing to do. So, you know, this situation came up, so I'll go with it. Okay. All right. Let's take a very small brush and let's examine the flower. There's a few different ways to achieve this, but for my buddy, I think this route might be the best for him. Okay. I know he tends to use gloves, and that's cool. That will work also. Let's take a little bit of white, and we'll just kind of, I think I'll just start with, I'll just do there's a few different varieties, so maybe I'll try both. Why not? We'll go with the more general one. We'll do one dead center, I guess. Something like that. All right, there's one petal. The other petal goes in front like this. That's two. Then you got another one. Something like that. All right. Okay. Now that I got those three, all right. Like I say, this is all depends on how you want to shape the flower. I'll do it this way today. We'll keep its roundness. We'll put like dots here for a second. Let's put the dots there just for 1 minute. Okay. Let's take this fold and we're gonna go up and we're gonna go down like that. We're gonna do another one. Go up. It's like two little smiles right there. One there. Well, we'll keep the same roundness of the flower. Okay, and obviously that's your center flower right in there. Okay, so you got three, you got two folded in looking at us. All right, okay, that's one. He's dead center and whatnot. All right, there's a Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. Hey, Aurora. If Aurora, Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne Aurora. Let's do another one. We'll do one right here in the corner. I'm not really concerned about I'm not really concerned about composition. This is just an example. Okay, we got something circular here. Okay, obviously the center of the thing would be somewhere in here. All right, so we got one there. All right, I think I'll just do it that way. We'll just mess with those two. It's okay. All right. Hello, RV. How are you doing, Sonia? It's good to see you guys. All right. So now my approach really to a floral, if I got them kind of sketched out like this, all right, I guess I can play with some leaves. Okay, I'll still keep with the white paint because we're gonna paint over that anyway. So it depends on how you want your leaves to go. We'll do one here. We'll give it a little cross thing right here. Okay, we're gonna really break this apart. So we got one there. Let's do one here. Why not? And do the cross thing right about here. Okay. All right. With this fellow, let's kind of snake it around like that and come out here, and we'll put the cross right there. We'll snake this one coming this way like that, and we'll put the cross right around in here. Okay. I think I'm due to have one more. Why not? We'll do this one like this. Something like that. All right. Yeah, you know, the center would be right there. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a 1/2 inch brush. All right. This fella right here. Obviously, you see that little split right there. That's all right. Take some water, swish the brush in some water. Okay. And then it looks still split. There you go. Well, it should look like that. All right. This brush has been beat half to death, but it's okay. All right, let's look down here. Well, we'll go pretty general, more or less. Let's take a little bit of this dark brown. This is an umber. We'll put it around here in this purple because it's kind of dark. I'll just keep the darks around there somewhere. Let's take a little bit of that green. Now, whoops, I dipped it in blue, but that's okay. That umber and that brown and that green, they're closely related because umber has green in it. You follow me? So I put a lot of green in there. We're gonna kind of darken that up a little bit, just like that. Don't worry about it. It's gonna just get darker green, real muddied up green almost. It's not like olive green, but it's getting pretty close. All right. I'm gonna go into a little glycerin. I'm gonna make this paint flow a little bit. I deal with heavy body acrylic paints. All right, so I'm able to do this. Okay, let's go with the leaves. All right, whatever you paint first is most likely going to get covered over. All right, so let's start with that guy. All right, you see this little cross here, and you see where it starts. Watch, this is one variety of how to do it. You take it and you just draw your line right there like that, and you come on down like this. You'll go leaf number 1. Do the same thing up here, like a kite. You're painting a kite. See the little diamond shape, but it also looks like a kite. You follow me? Okay. You can do that right here too. Even though it's small, it's okay. There's your kite. See that? You would do it right here. Just like that. Get that diamond shape going. And now you got another kite. All right, so we'll work with the kites. Okay, take that same dark green, and what you do, let's go up here. Now what you do here, okay, is you color in that center, just like that. Just color in the center, like this. Okay, you do the same thing here too. Just color in the center. Don't go right to the edge. Just like that. I'm getting some more of that green. These are kind of small. You can just block those in. These are puny. Block them in. No big deal. All right, now the next part, really up to you. It depends on how much flair you want in your flowers. Let's go with this ultramarine blue. We'll put it here to green. We'll just pop it in there like that, okay? Just like so. I'm getting a little bit of glycerin. I'm gonna loosen up this paint. Only a corner of glycerin is needed. Okay, more paint than glycerin, but get it to be a little soupy and move it around. All right. Okay, it's good for you to have, I'll show it to you on the big screen here. Have a nice little rag, and I'm gonna show you why. Let's start once again with this fellow. Now, what I want you to notice, I'll do this. What I want you to notice here, well, you're not gonna see it there, but I'll go further back, somewhere around in here. Right here, right here. I want you to notice something. The stroke marks in a perfect world should aim toward that dot. Now look at the angle here, particularly this one. All right, what you're gonna do is your brush, your leading edge here, all right, it's gonna come a little bit outside that line. You press, you pull, and you release like an airplane going off real smooth. You press, pull, and you release. Press, pull, release, press, pull, release, like so. I'm gonna go on the other side. We're gonna do the same exact thing. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Go aim it toward that dot. And there's the characteristic look you're looking for your flower, at least for your petal anyway. See how quickly that went? We're gonna do it again. We got a couple of them. Let's go up here. We're gonna do the same procedure. Hello, Jessica. How are you? Good to see you. Same procedure. Do it again. This time, I'll just make a slight letter S. Press. Make the slight letter S. Make it disappear. Slight letter S. Make it disappear. Need more glycerin because I can feel it getting tacky. So I get a little more glycerin. Now, glycerin does not change the color of your paint. Doesn't make it lighter. It doesn't make it darker. Follow me? All right, it just, you're able to move around with it and blend. The more you do these, see, I got little curves to that guy. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Aim it right towards that dot. Aim them all towards that dot. Press, pull, release. And you don't have to go directly to the center. You've already colored in the center. But now there's another variation of the same leaf, got that little center stem there. Okay. You got these little tiny fellas here. Same technique, shorter strokes. It's still the same press, pull, release. Let's go out this way. Press, pull, release. Press, pull. Each one gets a little shorter than the previous one. Okay. Go aim it towards that dot. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Aim it up towards that dot. Okay, we'll color in that dot and we'll put a little line there. It's a little thick, but that's okay. The reason why I got the towel, because you can just wipe the paint away and keep going. Okay. That's the reason for the small towel. You don't want the paint to be too gummy and mixed up in there. Okay. Don't be afraid to overlap your leaves. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'll go slow here. Aim it toward that center. All right. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Come on down. Get some more paint. Press, pull, release. And get your little curves and a line going just like that. Okay. Now, I'm gonna show you the variety that I use commonly. This is just another version, another way. We're gonna do it right here. Okay. Obviously, it's right there in the center. You got a batch of here. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just block it all in. Doesn't matter at this point in time. Block it in, and we're just kind of pressing. And we're gonna kind of go at a point like that. I just blocked in color. No big deal. No sweat. Okay. All right. And let's get a little touch of blue. Pop that blue in there a little bit. Still got a little bit of glycerin in there. Yada yada yada. And press, pull, release. I'm gonna need more glycerin, I can tell. So I'm gonna get a little more glycerin, pop it in there, loosen that paint up a little bit. Still more paint than glycerin. Okay. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Keep it. You can make them larger and small, as long as you got the angles going toward that imaginary dot down there. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. I've been doing this for a few years. I've kind of gotten accustomed to it. All right. So that's what your leaves so far as of right now would look like for this variety of leaf anyway. Okay. Let's still stick with the basic shape right now, because while I'm doing this and while I'm not really concentrating on flowers at this moment. Let's take the corner of the brush. All right. Take the corner of the brush and make a kind of a curly Q line, something like that. Okay. You take your brush. All right. Put it flat, wiggle, come back up and give it a little point there. See the bottom part of the brush? That's the direction these leaves are going to take. And you always got to give a little point to them. You can move these, give a little point there. You can overlap them. And you can really move these guys around a little bit. I'm keeping with the basic green because this is just an example. All right. Going back into some more green here. I don't really have to lighten them up or anything. This is what I'm doing is fine. It's okay. Because this is just an example. We can probably, let's get a little bit of blue. Let's deepen that with just a little hint of red. Makes it a maroon green kind of thing going on there. All right, I don't have to totally mix this. Doesn't matter at this point in time. Let's have one coming from this leaf. It comes down somewhere around there like that. All right, we can have something taper off over here. All right, once again, look at the orientation of the brush. Watch, press, you wiggle, come back up, give it a little point. You press, wiggle, give it a little point. Press, wiggle, give it a little point. It's all right. Go right off the tape, right into the tape. It doesn't matter. Come here, do one of those. Put one on top of the other. Okay, and you can buzz through these pretty quickly if you get used to it. Pop them right in there. Okay, maybe one's up here somewhere. Pop one down here. You can pretty much do what you want. Okay. So you got some purple, you got some green, looks pretty cool. I'll still keep it. I'm gonna get some more glycerin, loosen up the paint a little bit, just like that. Just pat it in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, if you mash the colors together, you get these beautiful color blends that you see here. All right, let's play around with. Well, I know we got one more leaf there. I'll get to that. We'll come here. We don't even have to add a stem. Just do this. Look at this. Watch. See that? Keep going at it. It's all right. Keep going. Fill it right up. Fill it right up there. But you always got to have that little stem there. Come right in here and do it in there. It doesn't matter. Put a few of them in there, different directions. Okay. Have them run into each other. And these just fill up the page. Nothing in particular, particular style or way. They're just filler leaves. Put them right in there. Pop them. Put them right in there. Okay. But you see what it's starting to look like already. All right. Let's get some red. Why am I using red? Well, red will blend in a little more. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of glycerin. Red is a powerful color, but you got this brownish maroon red. It's in the same family, so it's going to kind of recede a little bit. Let's take it and let's go here. You guys should be able to see this. Yes, you guys should be able to see it fine. That's good. If it looks a little bright to you, that's fine. It'll tone down. This acrylic paint, it'll get a little flat as we move this stuff along. We'll have it overlap. It's going to overlap. I'm going to put some in different directions. It's all right. It's like that. Put them right in there. See? Put it in there. Put them in there. We're going to come up this way a little bit. We'll bring some in here like that. Just cover them in there. Just like that. Let's put them in there. Have it come right off the page. Let's bring one past there. Just have them going all over the place. I'm pressing and I just kind of release it. There's little bits of other color in there, and that's fine. Mix them in there. Get it kind of close to that green in there. All right, like that. Okay, let's get some more. I'm having fun. Oops, let's get a little bit. Almost went into the water. I don't want water. Just the glycerin is fine. All right, let's more red. Let's put the red. Let's even it out a little bit. Okay, let's put some of these guys up in here like this. See that? Put them in there like so. All right, just like that. All right. Just like that. Going in different directions. Have them run into each other. It's okay. When you get them to run into each other, you know, there's buildup of paint. All right, so they kind of separate themselves. So don't worry about it. But just, you know, kind of even it out color-wise. Now you're thinking of composition with color. Okay, we'll pop one in here like that. We'll bring some red, paint it red onto the tape if you got to. All right, I'm just going in different directions randomly, different angles like that. All right, okay. Clean off the brush real quick. Let's take some white. We'll keep everything, like I say, pretty much general, basic kind of colors today, nothing too crazy. All right, I'm trying to get some green up in here. I don't see it happening, so I'm gonna dip a little green in it just to lighten the color. Okay, now even though that's not titanium white, it is chalk paint. It is liquidy, but it's thick and it's very opaque still. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of glycerin to keep this paint flowing. Now be careful when it comes to the highlight. The brighter the highlight, the less you need really. Now I'm gonna do the highlight. We don't necessarily have a lit side or a shaded side, not really. Okay, you just have to pretty much create one. All right, I'll come here, go a little bit past that leaf, a little bit. You press, pull, and you gently release. Now I want to show you something. Because I don't have much glycerin on this, and this paint will dry fast, but I might not want to cut off that sharp. Even though I tried to smooth it over, you just kind of take your soft brush, give it a couple strokes, and now it just gently, that highlight gently fades in there. Let's keep this one dark, and we'll go next to the other one, and just kind of just like so, like that. And I can just take it and I can smooth that just a little bit. It doesn't take much, just smooth it a little bit like that. All right, I'm gonna add a little more glycerin to this paint so I can probably blend a little bit better. So apparently we're going from the left side here. Let's keep this one dark and we'll lighten this one up. Press and let gently release. Just like so. Once again, if I don't want it that abrupt, I'll go into the color and I'll just go into that dark a little bit, just kind of fade it a little, just like that. And you give it a chance to dry. Let it dry. All right, don't, if you're unhappy with it, let it dry. It you know, it flattens out, gets a little light. Okay, I'm just giving it a nice strong press in one there. I really don't have to do anything with that because I like the way that faded out, so I'll keep it looking just like that. All right, let's go down to the one on the bottom. Remember, okay, it is I kind of want it dark there, so let's flip that around. Let's go this way. I want it press, pull, release. Let's keep this one dark. You can pick and choose. Okay, actually let's keep two of them dark and just go here like so. And I can narrow that. I can kind of blend that end like that. It's all right. Okay. All right, let's do the other one right here. Really choppy. I want that one mellowed out a little bit, so I just give it a nice little pat, just like so. Okay. All right. Yes, Jessica, you can experiment, have a little fun with it. Okay, we do have a dark side. All right. I'm gonna get the purple. Okay. I'll get a little bit of this ultramarine, but we'll throw that in there just a little bit. And the smallest, and I mean small amount of white, just like that. We're gonna still represent the dark side. Get some glycerin, loosen that paint. Loosen that paint up a little bit. Now, keep in mind, glycerin makes your paint transparent. Even though I got a purple cast, it's still gonna take on the properties of that green underneath. You follow me? And here we go. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Actually, let's really darken that up a little bit, and just like that. We'll bring a little bit of that on the other side, just like that. All right, this will make sense once I put the flower in, because remember, it throws a cast shadow. You follow me? Let's go over here on this side. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. It's a repetitive motion. Press, pull, release. Let's bring that inside. Let's go up under this leaf right in here. Let's kind of brush that out in the other direction, just like that. You still see shades of your purple blue mix in that. And remember, give it a chance to dry. It will settle. It dries flat, so it dries appearing darker than what you put it on. All right, let's go up here. Press, push, like that. Let's let that one stay out there, and we'll bring the other ones back underneath that, like that. So that one's a lighter one. It kind of sticks up out there like that. Okay, all sorts of variations you can do with it. This is just a technique. It's the same techniques, just using a different color. We got that fella back there. We can just kind of play with him, throw one in there like that, and then we'll kind of darken the rest up here like that. All right, it's your choice. You don't necessarily have to do that. If you want them all dark, then paint them all dark. Okay, I'll kind of go in the opposite direction with him. I just use my finger and kind of smooth that over. Remember, we're still working with glycerin. All right, just put purple paint on my wrist. Okay, now I want you to notice something. The color has now died down a little bit. It is not as bright as you would think. See? You give it a few minutes, let the air touch it, let it dry, and this is what you get. All right. Okay. Let's go into our titanium white, or just white. We'll put it right here. It don't matter. I'm not going to put any glycerin on this. Once there's glycerin already in the paint. Remember, the brighter the highlight, the less of it you need. Be careful. Just a little flick, like so. Okay. I'll keep it like that. I like that. Press, and you go on in. If it's too sharp, too choppy, fade it in a little bit. Getting a little more white. Because I don't have glycerin, it will dry quickly. It's tinted with a little bit of that green. I can tell by the way it's acting. But while it's wet, I can still kind of fade it. You gotta be quick though, there's no glycerin. All right, but I just want to highlight, I'm gonna put a little glycerin in it anyway because it is drying extremely fast. And plus it's fairly warm in here. I'm using the corner of the brush just to put the center stem in this guy. Just like that. And we can play around with some brightness. Just like that. All right. If I get other colors in there, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm not worried about getting little bits of red in there and all of that. Smooth some of that out, just a little bit, blend it, like so. All right, now as you look at the painting, the only thing we've done are a bunch of leaves. So obviously they're gonna stick out the way they stick out because we haven't paid any attention to these guys. Let's get to this fellow. I never did get to that. All right, let's go with a little bit of green and blue mix. We'll put it right in here. We'll just mix it up in there like that. Not necessarily needing any glycerin or anything. But same approach with this guy. You fill it in. Fill it right in. Doesn't matter. Fill it right in. All right. Let's go with a little purple. Let's put some purple in that green. I'm going to get a little bit of touch of glycerin. All right. All right, just like that. Okay, let's go back over here. Right here, this guy. Imagine your dot right there. Press, put it right in there. See, you fade it right into that lighter color, just like that. You got a nice little mix already without even trying. Put it right in there. If you want this leaf to be ahead of that, you can. Or if you want it to be behind it, you can. Doesn't really matter. It's really your preference. It's truly up to you. Okay. I'm gonna clean up this brush real quick. Dry it off. Let's go with a little titanium white. We'll put it right in here. Okay, we'll keep the light side here. Press, get it out. Press, pull, drag, and release. You press good. Pull, and you release. Press, pull, you release. Repetitive motion still. I'm just getting a little bit of white so we can add that center line in there like this. Just like that. All right. We still got some of that dark over here. I'll use a little bit of red. Gray it out a little bit. Just to build it in some dark for this guy. We'll just kind of pop him in there like that. Just like that. All right. Okay. Hello, Johnny. How are you? It's good to see you. Let's take a script liner for one moment. This is also your preference. You don't have to. I'm using water. Don't use glycerin. Use water. I'm going back into my white here. I'm using water. Water cuts through glycerin like a hot knife through butter. Okay. Just remember that I'm getting a little touch of green. We're going to lighten up that green just like that. Add that white in there. Twirl it around. Get some more water. Make it really soupy, almost an inky consistency. Use a script liner though. All right. Okay. This is really up to you. You don't have to do this, but we'll continue that little line, but we'll add little veins in there like this. Go in there like that. You'd be surprised how much water you actually need to get that inky consistency going on this. And we'll just kind of pop in there like that. Something like that. Up to you. Okay, yes, I can wipe it away and just replace it. It's all right. Something like that. You don't have to add these. Some people might think they look a little ugly. Some people might think it adds more to your realism. It doesn't. It's up to you. These are your leaves, your world, your thing. I'm just doing it as an example. All right. Okay. The more you hold your brush upright, the finer line you get. Okay. So it's really up to you how you want to do this. Remember, it's extremely watery. Paint. You use your brush and you just twirl it around, get it all over the place there. Okay. You use the tip of the brush. It comes with practice. Sometimes you get it on the first shot, sometimes you will not. Up to you, really, in how much you practice. Okay. I tend to hit my phone with the wet brush, so I got all sorts of paint marks on it. But it's acrylic paint, it just washes off. Hopefully my head is not in the way of all of this. I can't tell yet. Getting a little more water because the water evaporates. Okay. The acrylic paint dries through evaporation, not oxidation, like oil paint. All right. You don't have to add them all over the place if you don't want to. They do tend to look more, even though these are stylized, it still looks more realistic. You got veins all over the place. Some people like it, just like that. All right. RV. Now, I was just reading a little bit of the chat. Okay. Now, I want you to see, remember about composition, I've painted the background, little filler leaves. Then I've put the leaves for the flowers in. All right, whatever we do next may just about cover over some of this stuff. It all depends. Okay, so expect these guys to be obviously covered over. All right. Okay, Bruce, let's start with the guy that's low. Okay. Well, I don't know, Sonia. I lost track of thought because I don't know what you were talking about. I was too busy explaining these flowers. So you got that one for free. Let's zoom in quite a bit here. Let's take and center this flower right about here. Let me turn around and slap the focus on so I can sharpen it up for you guys. All right. This flower is a little different take on the basic one up above here. All right, this guy, we're going to, once again, half-inch flat brush. Let's think of what color to use. I'm gonna come down on my Stay Wet palette. Some of this might be dry or whatever. You guys are seeing this at a crazy angle. Sorry. I'm wiping the extra paint off. It's stained, but it won't, you know, none of that paint will be there. Okay. All right. The paper they use for Stay Wet palette is I have some mixed breed of regular typing paper and wax paper together. So it does have it has a film on it. Okay. So it kind of resists water because there's a sponge underneath this guy. Okay. All right. Trying to think of what color I should put this fella. I guess we'll play with purple today. That seems to be Bruce's thing, purple. Let's take some brown right now. Okay, we'll take some brown. Usually I would use a little bit of glycerin to kind of blend it, but it's still wet, so you'll see. We'll take some brown. We're going a circular motion like this, okay? Because we're just blocking stuff in. Oh, we'll come under here. We'll play around with the brown in here a little bit, whatever. Don't matter. Take your little paper, wipe the brown off. Let's go into purple. I usually use glycerin, but it's still wet, so we're gonna play. Okay, we'll come around in here. We'll just add some of that purple in there. Mix it into the brown a little bit, just like that. Go in circles. Circle. Circle, 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 circle. All right, circle. Come out here. Circle. All right. We'll tap in a little bit of glycerin. We'll put it right here. Get a little bit of purple. We'll put it in there because we're gonna start blending and everything. Think circle like this. Think circle. Go right where the edges are. Think circle. Right. That's all right. Think circle. Come in here, block it in. Let's go get some more of this glycerin purple. See, I'm just blocking color, and I'm going in a circular fashion, mixing in the brown in with the purple. All right, just like that. Just think circle. Don't worry about this white. Cover the white up there. All right, don't matter. Okay, let me show you something with this. Now, I could have used my finger and smeared it because I know Bruce likes to use his gloves and such. Okay, let's get a white dot right here. That's just the center of the guy. All right, okay. What you're going to do now, I'll use the script liner. I'll show it to you this way. So you can come back and look at this video and look at this video and look at this video and look at this video. I'm just showing you the technique. What you do with the rest is really up to you. I want you to show, this is just an example. Watch. You got your little circle here. Okay. Now watch me. You got a circle there. And you got a circle here. And you got another circle like a target. All right. Okay. But I want to show you something about that target. Okay. Let's go into our purple. We'll keep it, obviously we'll keep it purple. Obviously. We're going to get a little bit of white. We'll put the white right up in front. Okay. I'll just do this right now, just for example's sake. What you're going to do, maintain the shape of that circle as best you can. But I'm going to take the brush. Well, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way first. Let's go with the whiter ones first before we go inside. Let's go with the whiter ones. We're going to come here. See, thick and then you go thin again, just like that. All right, I'm gonna get some more purple. Put it on the here, and then you're gonna go and put a little bit of white right on the front. Maybe it catch, maybe it doesn't. Let's do it again. Let's do another one right here. Press, press, press. It's a bigger one. Press, and then it goes thin again. Let's repeat that. Let's get some glycerin to kind of loosen this paint up a little bit. Get it flowing there. There. Glycerin on the brush, dark purple all over the brush. Get a little rim of white like that. Looks like this. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's do one here. Right about here. Thick, thick, go thin again. Keep it in that circle. And let's keep going. Just like this. Boom. Smaller circles right in here. Just like that. Just keep it in there. Smaller circles. You're just tracing the white lines. Let's do it right from here. Gets wider, 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 wider. Keep that circle though. Keep the circle going. Okay. Let's come up around in here. Come around here. Get thick, 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 thick. Big one. And it comes out like that. All right. Let's get some more purple. Pop it on there. It's very repetitive, but you got to see. This is a technique, so you got to see what's going to happen next. Okay. Let's go here. Inside here. Inside here. Thick, thick, thick. Come around, come around, come around. Thick, thick, thick. Just like that. All right. Okay. What do you mean you can't see? No. You can't see. Oh, I see now. God dog it. It's my head. I'm so sorry. I see it now because of the delay. That's my head. Gotcha. I can't. For some reason I cannot defeat this camera angle the way I'm positioned. That's my fault. I'll do another one. Since you guys could not see it, I will consciously stand back. Okay, right here. I'll do it again. Thick, thick, thick. Drag it. I didn't have enough glycerin. My bad. That's my fault. That happens often with me. It's just the way the camera's set up. I'm sorry. I'll come here. Do it again. Thick, thick. That is my bad. I try to mindfully not do that to you guys. Nope, I got it now. Yeah, I got the hint, and it was my fault. I do apologize. That was definitely me. Definitely me. I'm sorry. Now that I've got, now that was just marked for the center. I can get that out of there. Let's get some more white. We'll play around with this too. Just a little curve, just like that. Put one there. Put one around in here somewhere. Just smaller things, just like that. Boom. Curve him around like that. Just circles. See? Just circles. Just like that. No big deal. Just the paint and make little circles. Okay. Just like that. Now watch what we do to this. Now comes the technique. This is you got the foundation color, your darks. Then you got the actual purple itself with the white for the highlights there. All right. Keeping my style a secret. Oh no, no, not really, not really. But I know it's aggravating, you know, especially to me. If I'm trying to show you something, then my head is in the way. That's a little irritating. Okay, I got white, but it's obviously contaminated with that purple. Okay, now with a flower in this orientation, okay. The last thing you need is a center. The center is not there. The center is in the middle, just about of every one of these petals. Okay, and I'm gonna show you with this one here. I got the it's contaminated with white, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch, give it a little push, and we're gonna come here. Let's do this so you can fully understand it. Put the dot right there. Okay, so you guys should see that. It's not bright enough. It's gotta be brighter there. I'll just use this. I definitely got to get glycerin to loosen up the paint so it can fade right. So I have to use plenty, believe it or not, plenty of white. It's going to be contaminated with the purple, but it needs to be brighter than what I have here. Okay, and I have to be careful now. All right, everything's aimed toward that dot, even out here. So you give a slight push and you aim it toward that dot. Slight push, aim it toward the dot. Slight push down. The more you come toward the center, it comes straight down. All right, and I aim it, aim toward that dot, just like that. Push it toward that dot there, like so. Continue the same thing on this side. Give it a little push, aim, push, aim, push, aim, push. Aim it toward the imagine, not this dot. It's got its own dot. Each one of these petals has got their own. Okay, I'll take my finger and I'll fade some of that there. Yes, you can take your finger and you fade that bottom edge, darken it up a little bit like that. Same thing with this fella here. I'll kind of get rid of some of that white there, and I'll just kind of blend it like that. Okay, all right, just like that. We're gonna keep going. Right here, this fella right here. You give it a slight push, and you aim that way. Push, aim that way. See, this little rim of paint is really important. I'm gonna come here and go in the opposite direction. Come here, go in the opposite direction. And you smooth all that out. You can have more of a line if you want. You just overlap a little bit. Okay, overlap. We'll bring some of that up here around in there like that. We'll fade that around. Just like so. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my brush, get some more of that paint. It's still contaminated with white, it's all right. Come inside right here. A little push, go away. A little push, overlap them if you got to. Keep the curve. It's important that you keep that curve, okay? And I'll just keep pushing there because these guys are getting a little tighter. As they get more narrow like that, you got to be a little more careful. Just like this. Because now the most important thing really is just the brightness. Okay. Just like that. We're going to keep working with that. I'm going to just use complete white so I can have it nice and sharp. Like that. And we're going to keep going with it. It's the same technique. Okay, you can do this, Bruce, no problem. It's just, I'm showing it to you right now. A little push. Look, I'm overlapping. This is how you get a circular look with a flat brush. All right. So I know that this style of flower would work for you. And all I'm doing, all it takes sometimes is just a little push. All right. That is the important part right there. All the rest can be kind of moved and faded and slid along. Now what I'm also doing with this light color, you can also do with the dark color also. But as you can see, all I'm doing is pushing around, push, push, push. Okay. I can return some of that darkness. Also, I can smooth that out a little bit too. All right. I'm going to smooth this out, kind of bring those strokes around. Just like so. Okay. I got them guys on the top back there. We're going to take care of them right now. These fellas right here, push in, go that way. Push in, you follow that curve though. Whoops, that was a little bit too low. That's all right. We can see how we can just easily correct that. And we can get rid of that. Come on around. I don't have enough paint. That's what that's coming from. There we go. And sometimes if you you want to go, you have to bend upward, which will give the appearance of it going inward. And I can wipe some of that off. It's the edge that I'm really concerned about. See, the edge is what I want. All right, the darkness in between is helping you give that illusion of this guy going in pretty much in circles. Okay, I want to show you something while I'm thinking about it. Remember I told you can return some of that dark. Go right up on in there and bring some of that darkness in there like that. All right, you work it in there. work some of that dark in there like this. Bring it right in there. Don't be scared. Put it right in there. Okay. I could have glazed this also. All right. Okay. You can't see the push step you're describing. Did I put my head back into it again? The only way you can get my attention is if you type in caps. I must have did something and you guys didn't see it. So what I'll do is I'll just gather some more dark. Whatever it is that you guys, just describe it to me and I'll do it again. Because apparently I did it and you guys didn't see it. So I'll get it really dark. I'm just using a deep maroon right now. See, it's got more red in it, so I'm gonna move it around here. I got rid of my brush, but it's being mixed with the purple. Cause I needed maroon, but I needed more on the purple side. All right, so I did block it. Let me see. Yeah, I did block it. Okay, I don't know where it is that I blocked. I don't know what section that I did, because I could do it over again. I don't know what section I blocked. Most of the paint of the flower. Okay, all right. See, now that irritates me because I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, but we'll do something. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to do all of this work and then have my head block all of it. That's incredibly bothersome. But we'll get through that. All right, but forgive me for that. I didn't mean for that to happen. Most of the paint of the flower. God dog it. All right. Okay, but thanks for letting me know. Man, oh man, I didn't mean for that to happen at all. Yeah, the camera angle is very tough. I'm left-handed, and everything has to be moved to the right. So my camera angle moves all the time because I can't get it right because of it's just the way I'm seated. I'm a lefty, so everything works the opposite. So if I have to do a move, I shift to the right. I'm a lefty, so and all of my teachers are not left. They were all right-handed, so I had to learn this backwards. So my bad. I'll do something. I'm gonna do something to help you out with that. Let's go for these outside petals. And now I'm disturbed because you didn't see most of it. So now I gotta think of what I gotta do for that. I gotta concentrate on this though right now. But I'll think of something as I'm doing this. I'm thinking on what to do to correct that. So, and because this is just me as an individual. If something doesn't come out right, it kind of ruins my whole day. That might be ADD or something. Who knows? Because I did not plan for that to happen. But we'll work through it. We'll do something. I will do something. What I'm doing is just a series of single strokes in a leaf-like pattern. This one's already made for me, so I'll work with that. I'll press, pull, press, pull. And you want to gently, now I'm going to use my finger to all fade it in there. Okay, but I'm going to kind of pull it in there. All right. It's like that. I can mess around with some of this on the outside too. I'll just give it a little shape here and come out this way. Actually, that needs to be darker. What you need is dark here going outward into the light. You need dark like that going outward into the light. I'll show you what I'm doing though, of why I'm doing this. Same thing here, dark. But see, I can just use my finger. As long as it's dark down here in the bottom, gotta be pretty dark. Okay, I'm losing my darkness because I'm shifting around lighter paint, but you can just see, you can just easily bring that back like that. All right, just like so, like that, bring it right back, like that. Okay, well, I'll look back and we still got the other flower to do, but this one here, we're just gonna do with the highlights now. White glycerin, actually. Some glycerin in here. We'll get a slight touch of purple, but we're gonna maintain really that white for the highlight for this guy. We can move on to the other. I don't want to keep you guys here all day. Okay, like this, and we'll just kind of, okay. All right, so for these fellas out here, I'm gonna give a slight push because we're going in the other direction now, and you kind of give it a slight push and you flick, just like that. It's contaminated with that purple. All right, so it will darken up on you. Here it's on the tape, it's okay. You can practice your strokes on the tape. Okay, and I'll take it, I'll curve it in like that. You got to act like that tape isn't even there to keep the flow of the flower going. All right, let's take this one here. Let's go here, and we're gonna come in. We're gonna push, and we're gonna thin it out. Now you got a flower that's the petals bent. Okay, then we'll just take the outside right here, give it a little push, and you're gonna go inside. I didn't push it there like that, and we're gonna push and curve it in, push, curve it in, just like that. Curve it right in there. Use my finger, play around with it a little bit. All right, around here the edge is really the most important part. We'll come here and we give another folded petal in here and have it come that way. And then with the other ones, give a little push, pull, release, push, you drag and you release, push, drag and release, push, one more right there, drag and release, just like that. Now I'm gonna wipe off my paintbrush and we're gonna kind of slowly darken that just a little bit. Bring it in, darken it in just a little bit, just like that. Bring it right up in there. Now I'm gonna make a play on what I just did here. Now watch, even though this one here, let's fade this out a little bit. Let's fade this into that, like this, okay? Now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this flower, I'm gonna join it right here. So I'm going back over the previous one, so it's now connected to that guy, okay? And then I can take what I got here and we kind of form that a little bit better. Just like that, form it a little bit better. Take some straight purple, go in here, beef up that dark area, and pull in the opposite direction. Pull, get that some dark over in there, see? And you can kind of smooth that right over. I'm gonna take some white because you need to see the edges of the flower. That's what gives you that impression of this guy. Straight white there. And all I need is the rim, just need the rim of that edge, okay, just like that, and gently remove that bottom edge, fade it right out there. The only thing that's important right now is that edge there. You kind of fade that out, turn it right out there, just like that. All right. Yes, no, what's going on? Remember you said you were going to move. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean, oh, I know, I did it again, didn't I? Yes, right. That's right. I know what's going on. Okay, I know what's going on. Hold on. Let me pull back. I know what's happening. Hold on. The camera, it got to be moved back. Okay, it has to be moved back. Then over here. Now I can move and see. You guys wouldn't see my head. I was too close. The camera was too close to me. That's what happened. That's my fault. The camera was really way too close to me, to my shoulder, by my shoulder. So that's what happened. Because I'm like, why is he doing this? It didn't do it before. But that's why. I'm just taking some more dark. I'm just building that dark up a little bit. It just brings more depth out to there. See, this is just me fine-tuning certain things. Okay. Just like that. All right. So we got a flower that's kind of turned in on itself, and you got the petals coming outward. I'll make these sharper. I was a little distracted to why he was doing that. Now I can move in, but thank you once again, no. But yep, you guys got to get my attention and let me know what the heck, like, you know, come on, kid, straighten up. But that's exactly what happened. My bad. Nah, she was right. There. The camera was too close to me. Let's get next to. So Nell did what I asked. She did get my attention, and I solved the issue. The camera was too close to me, too close to my shoulder. Let's go out here. Push, slide, and you release. Push. Even though this is on the tape, it's okay. Don't ruin the flow of your painting just because you're painting on the tape. That's the worst thing you can do. We're gonna go with straight purple down here because you got some stuff happening right in here, and I don't want to lose. Now that's too light because I didn't take off the paint on my brush, so we'll return that right up in here and make it deep and go in the opposite direction. And you're just giving the impression of a petal being there. Okay, you don't necessarily see it. Okay, and you're not going to because it's covered. You know, this is the tape area, but I am going to pretend that tape isn't there, just like that. Okay, I use my finger to get it a little smoother, even though it's being covered with tape. It doesn't matter. Give the impression that the hey, Gracie. Well. Look who graces us with her presence. How you doing, Gracie? Well, it's going on 2 o'clock here, so it's 6 o'clock where she is about. Whereabouts? Yeah, she's 4 hours ahead of us for right now. She'll be back to 5 hours next week. It's good to see. Good to see you, Gracie. Let's darken this up, Bruce, because there's some spots that are a little light. We need to darken that up. Nothing but pure purple right out the tube. The reason why I'm darkening these little sections up is, one, it brings out the flipped out petals. Okay, just like that. And I can keep going with this thing and toying with it all day if I wanted to, but I don't want to. We're going to go on to the next flower, and hopefully the next flower will be a little more successful than this one, since I used my head and blocked 90% of the flower. My bad, Bruce. I'm sorry. There. Okay. And before we move on to the next flower, we'll do this last little bit here. I guess I'll take I'll take this guy. We'll take a little bit of yellow ochre. I'll put it right here, lighten it up a little bit if I can. Good enough. And we'll pop some little stamens in there, very light touch. And we'll pop the stamens in there a little bit, bring it on the outside. Okay, I'm gonna clean off my brush real quick and brighten that up a little bit, like that. Just like that. Little pops of whatever. Lunch for Jessica, tea time for me. Yes, they in England, they take their tea time extremely serious. Okay, so we've did this guy. My bad on some of the major mess ups on that one. Actually, before I do that, I don't like some of the way. Let's straighten that out a little bit. Let's take a little more time for this one here. Just straighten out those petals a little bit, just like that. Just brighten them up. I don't want them really looking too sloppy. I think we're good now. Just brighten up and bring them around. This one here needs a little love too. Kind of brighten that guy up a little bit. Even though this is like an example, I'm not going to do anything with this. I'll probably toss it. but at least I want to make a good example. All right. Okay, let's move on to the other fella. This guy. Okay. Now, with this dude, I'll make him reddish. Let's take a little purple. Let's take a little bit of that red. Let's mix that purple and that red together. Red's an extremely strong color. We're gonna mix some blue in there, darken it up a little bit, just like that. Okay. All right. That needs to be darker. Let's get some more of that purple. It's like this. Okay. In here, looks like any other approach, really. Okay, I kind of know what's there. All right, now I sketched these out. Okay, so it's a different approach, really. So we got a blob of this dark color here, but now we all know where the center is on this. The center is right here. Okay. All right, now watch. We're gonna take this. Each petal got its own like little miniature explosion. We're gonna go out like this, and then you're gonna just go. See, the one in the center is the tallest. I'll just exaggerate it. Then all the rest are smaller, fanning outward like that. Okay, just fanning outward like this. Each one goes through that. The center one's the tallest, and you fan each one out. Fan it out like that. Do it again here. Oh no, you can't do it again there. Forget that. That one's facing us. So that one was a mistake. So we're gonna X that one out. Don't do anything with that one. We're gonna go to the other guy. Right here. He's the tallest right there. Okay. Then he fans out, and then you fan this one out just like that. Okay. So you got an explosion going. So you got an explosion going in that direction, in that direction, and in that direction. You follow me? Okay. All right. Let's take our red. I didn't even wipe the brush off because at this point it doesn't matter. You're just going to fade all this in anyway. Do every petal. Right here. Put them in there. Put them in there. Look at how I'm doing this. You see the direction it's going? See that? There go petal number one already. Okay. Don't worry about this because that can be, as you can see, it can be blended and faded in. All right. So don't worry about that. It's your foundation color. You can do the whole thing like that. It doesn't matter. But you see the gradation of dark to a lighter color. Okay. Follow me. Let's get some more of this red. Follow the same pattern. It doesn't matter which petal is first or second. Okay. If you did one first, this one's going to cover it up anyway. Go right to the edge. Come on in, fold it in, boom. Put it in there, boom. Look at this. Look. Each petal. Look at that. And remember, you can kind of open that up, fade it, play with it, just like that. Okay. Thank you, Gracie. I messed up on the first one. I'm going to try not to do a repeat broadcast on the second one here. All right. Same way with the second petal or the third petal. Put it right in there. When you see it meet the other color, you just pull away. But look at the direction I'm going. Everything's going still toward that dot. Okay? Just like that. So you can kind of see what's going on here. We'll concentrate on these three. All right, don't worry about all of this. That can be faded out. Wipe that away. It's no big deal. All right, we'll return this though. We'll bring that back. Okay. All right. Now, let's go into our beautiful glycerin here. We'll put it right in here. It doesn't matter at this point in time. We'll take a little bit of this yellow. Now, this is a red flower. You can't paint a red flower like you paint any other flower. All right. And we'll get a little bit of white. Throw that white in there like that. Mix it in pretty good. Now you got this weird kind of orangey thing happening with this yellow ochre. Okay, just like that. Got a lot of it. Got a lot of it on my brush. Okay. And even though I got plenty of it on my brush, I'm about to wipe it right off because it's too much. Take it. Wipe it right off the brush. Okay. Now, let's get a little bit of this color, kind of even on both sides there. All right. Okay, let's start over here. No, let's not. Let's start with the one in the middle, because he's going to be covered anyway. Or I could not cover it. It's, you know, really up to me, but he'll be covered. We're going to start with a little push. Don't let your brush leave, and you drag it. You come on in. Overlap that guy. Drag it. Overlap. 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 Like that. Overlap. I'm getting some more. Look at the direction of how I'm doing this. Overlap. 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 Turn the brush around. Overlap. Overlap. Like that. Just in that fashion. Okay. You don't have to have them. If it's too stark, a cut. Mellow it out just a little bit. See? Look at that. All right. Okay. Let's go for a touch of white. We'll put it right in here somewhere. Some of that pinky color. Excuse me. Get some glycerin. I'll just mix it in there like that. Okay. All right. Get some more white. Really put it in there. Brighten it up. Now look at the color difference between this and this. Okay. Okay. All right, Bruce. Watch. It depends on where you want the highlights. Let's start from the top here. This is just my choice. So, okay. Actually, let's do this. Let's see what happened. Okay. Okay. Press. Come down. Press. Come down. Press. You come on down. Press. I'm going to do something here. I'll just keep on going with this one. Come on down with it. And we're going to come on down like that. There's something I'm going to do here. That's why. Now watch what I am going to do. You see what I just did here? I'll just here. I'll just sketch it out right in here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fold in there, but it's going to come like that. All right. So I'm going to get more white. Really brighten it up. I'll get some glycerin here. Loosen it up a little bit, but it does have to be a little brighter. Plenty of white there. Now watch what I'm going to do. Even though I'm packing on this paint like this, I should be able to get away with that. I got a lot of paint on this brush. Okay, but watch. I'm going to come here. Now we're going, this guy is folded, but even though he's part of the center here, okay, I'll come here. I'll kind of give it a nice strong push, but I'm going to come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and then make it disappear there. Push. But watch what happens now. It all of a sudden drops, but I'm going to give a rim of color right there. The reason why I'm giving that bright rim of color, this guy's on the outside, so he's brighter. Okay, he's brighter here. Give it a little push of color, a little push color right there, and bring him like he's here in his glory right here. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I shouldn't be in the way of the shot on this one. Just like that. So now you got a folded petal. All right. Well, yep, YouTube rules have changed. See, I didn't see what was going on. But yep, they'll put a strike on, not on you, but on me. So, but I didn't know what's going on. But if something was blocked, there was a good reason. But I'm pretty sure you did not know, because you're not the type of person to do that. So, not without knowing. So I don't know what initially happened, but he didn't mean anything, no malice or anything behind it. It's something you probably did not know. But I'm gonna brighten this outside one just a wee bit. Okay, just like that. And I can brighten the edge, just the tip, just the edge, for a little bit of the separation there. Just like so. Bring it down a little bit. I can smooth that out a little. Just like that. There. All right. Now with me doing that, I can go back into my red. I just wiped off the paint off my brush. All right. Thank you for doing this today, Grayscale. I'm returning to side chats. Just took a no problem. I understand, Gracie. Yep, my head is not in the way. I'm gonna darken this so you can see that there's a back edge, just like that. And that's basically all you have to do. Now, if you end up going over your white when you did it, that's okay, because you can always bring that back. All it takes is a little push. See, a little push and bring it right down. You bring it right back. Okay. All right, now we will work on the other guys. Let's go back into our little funky pinky stuff here. A little bit of glycerin, loosen up the paint. Now, just because I made that great big fold in there doesn't mean that it has to be totally out front. All right, I'll start here. A little rim of color, and you push it. Go. Yeah, you're gonna need some glycerin. I'm gonna really need some glycerin on this. I'm playing here. I can tell by the first stroke it wasn't gonna last. All right, so we got that. Come here, you go in. Come here, bring it in. Bring it in. A little push, bring it in. Bring that in. Now I can go right over this other fella. Okay, it's already established that it is a fold in there. Okay, just like that. I'm bringing it right in and right in and downward, because the edge is what's most important here for this guy right here. Okay, so I got all sorts of interesting colors going on there. Now watch what happens. You just work with each petal at a time here. This white will mix in and get a little glycerin. This white will mix in with that Pepto-Bismol color. Okay. All right. Let's do it right from here. Let's get push and you go inward. Push, go inward. Give it a strong push, and you just go inward like that. Go in, down there. You can use a little too much glycerin, and it won't stand out as much because the glycerin sits on top of the paint. So just be mindful of that. Put it right here and go on in there like that. Outward, go on in. See, I don't have to go in as far, brighter color, but I'm also overlapping, and I'm turning it inward. Give it a nice little curve, just like that. Okay, but you can kind of see where it's going. I'm wiping off my brush, getting some more white paint, because I want to strengthen that part. Kind of curve it a little bit there. Sometimes, all depends. Sometimes you will fight with it. And if I don't like it, I can just totally disappear it. Okay. Now what's going on here is that I got too much paint. Yes, it even happens to me, but I got a remedy. Look at this remedy. Take a palette knife and get rid of it, all of it, there, and you do it all over again. Because I like where it was going. It's just I couldn't do it with all that glycerin on there, so I'll do something else. I'm gonna take what I just did right there. Now watch what I'll do. Okay. Now. Oh, I can tease a little bit of that darkness into it. Watch this. See what I just did here? Okay. Watch what I'll do here. I'll just take what I just did. I'll go inside, inside, and I'll just go in another direction. I'll just make a big flip inward. So now you got another cupped petal. Look at that. Coming right down. Now you got another So I just took that same petal, I just went into the reverse. Now you got 2 cupped petals. You see that? And I'm gonna come here because you need to accentuate that fellow. So it needs to be a little darker down in here. Okay, just right in there. Just kind of work that a little bit, like so. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of white right in here in a semicircle fashion, just like that. Emphasize your flipped up petal there. Look at that. Okay. I'm just strengthening that edge, just like that. And I'm gonna strengthen a little bit of edge right in here. Now I've been doing this for a minute, so I know how to quickly correct it. But there you go. Now I still need it a little darker. I still need it a little darker, just to show off. That should be a good color right there. Just to show off this fold right in here. It needs to be surrounded with a little bit of dark. Come in here, kind of very lightly, just like that, just to smooth it over a little bit there, like so. All right. Okay, so now you got that cupped, it's folded inward, that one's folding outward. All right. Okay. Let's move on to that guy back there. Let's get some more glycerin. Get some more of this paint. Let's get some more of this bright paint over here. We'll move it in here with this. Okay. Now be careful, you're going along the edges of more glycerin than paint, so it's now turning into a glaze, because remember, it's extremely transparent. Okay, and we're gonna come here, and we'll start from here, and we'll come push and you release. Push and release. This is transparent. Don't let this brightness think it's overpowering everything. It's not. Just like that. Okay. Now remember, if you think that's a little bit much, go in the opposite direction and smooth it right out. Smooth it right out. Just like that. Look at that. See how fast and easy that was? Okay. And we're going to continue right along. Now I can take this edge. Now this is the edge. The edge is being flipped. Here's the other edge. And you can continue that edge right from here. I'm going to show you right now. Let's get a little bit of white paint. Go right into this pinky stuff here. This Pepto-Bismol. Okay. Okay. Now watch. You got this little pinky side here. You push outward, come in. Push outward, come in. Like so. I'll give it a little ring here like it's disappearing. You're going to come here. Right where that strong edge is, you're flipping in the other direction, like that. All right, before we do that, let me wipe off my brush. Before we do that, let's get some red, just some straight red in here. Okay, just right up in there like that. Just put it right in there, just like that. Okay, that's all I need. All right, let's go back into our white-ish color. It's gonna turn pink. It's okay. And we're gonna continue that. We're gonna go right back over it. See this? Go right on over it. Right on over it. Now remember, your horizon line, your vantage point is right there, where that dot is. Okay. I'm just getting a little more glycerin. And keep on. A little push. I'm overlapping also. I mean, you can have it with a point. It's really up to you how you want to do this. Okay. Just like that. You can smooth all that around very lightly. I'm heavy-handed, doing it heavy-handed, and I shouldn't, but I am, but I can correct that. If you're heavy-handed, you don't want to do it with your finger like I'm doing, but see, you're just smoothing it over a little bit, that's all. Okay, and you can bring a little bit of your strokes back. And the key to it is really, it's a bowl shape, so you're gonna paint it as a bowl shape, just like that. All right, so now you got a petal that's flipped over. All right. Okay. Let's take some red. We'll mix it in with this. Let's take some purple. We'll take purple. We'll put it here. Purple, a little bit of red. We'll just deepen one of these guys. A little slight touch of white. Just like that. Alright, no glycerin. It's this guy right back here. We'll make this one kind of... He's a little bit in the background back there. And plus we get to cover up the X. Okay, just like that. And I'm just blocking in the color there. Okay. Alright, let's take some white right there. Flatten it out. Get some glycerin. Flatten it out. Careful, be careful. A little push, go inward. Okay. Now that's just dry paint right there, so I'm gonna be really careful there, because it is just dry paint as of right now. Just like that. Smooth it over a little bit. The edge is really what I'm concerned about. We can play around with all of this in inside here. We can play around with that. Cause see, you can just move that around. See? Just take it, move it around. Okay. Like that. Move it right around wherever you want your light source to be. Okay. Like that. Now that petal is different from every other petal. Okay, so I can either go more on the purple side or I can go back to more on the red side. Okay, it's really up to you. I'll just take some glycerin and I'll make a glaze real fast of the red. All right, and then I'll kind of pop it in like that, and I can move that around. So it'll just bring a little bit of that red back into it. So we'll kind of at least somewhat match it. Okay, if it's a little on the purple side there. All right, but I can take that same glaze. I'll put it right here. Take that same glaze, I can just kind of put it here, and then just bring that match of the purple to this one. See how fast I can do that? All right. Bring it right to the edge there. Like so. If I needed a little bit more purple, I'll just take, because it's still glaze on here. All right, you just make your own glaze and just put it in there. See, look at the color shift that fast, because this is transparent. So you put your glazing color on top of color. This is the same way I did the log cabin. There, like that. All right, want to match it a little bit better? Match it a little bit better. It's up to you. Now, because I did that, all right, you would think I got rid of most of the depth between them, but no, I did not. Remember, I didn't wash my brush. A little push and shoo. Little push, bring it back in there. A little push, a little push. It's almost like you're making a game out of this. But see how you can just alter your flower? I don't think my head is in the way, so I think you guys can see this. I just press a little color on the edge, and then I'll just kind of bring that back a little bit. And I'm doing this very loose. Even when I made the error, I still did it loose because I know how to correct it. Okay, because I didn't intend to have a flower flipped over, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay, it's a-okay. You can always correct things. Let's take this same 1/2-inch brush, a little glycerin, a little white paint, just a little bit, and we'll come here and kind of give him a little something like that. Okay, I'll just take my brush, wipe off the paint. I'll go in the opposite direction, kind of bring some of that, reel some of that back in a little bit, just like that. Roll it around like so. All right, okie dokie. Let's get some dark color here because we're getting near the end. Get some blue. I'll put it right here. Get some red. Red's strong color. I will put it right in there. Nice dark color. We'll keep on moving. I'll get a little bit of brown. Put it in there because we're going to kind of return that back right in the center there. Let's bring some of that darkness back in there, just like that. You didn't think I remember this part, huh? Okay, so we'll bring that back a little bit. Okay, thank you, shade. Yeah, we're getting near the end. We're getting near the final stretch here. Okay, all right. I'm taking some more white paint, just straight white paint, maybe a little glycerin thrown in there for, And be very careful. This, you don't become heavy-handed. I'm gonna just tighten up that part. I'll bring that down like this, and then the rest won't be as strong. And so I'm just kind of just like that. I'll come here in the center. I'll bring some down in the center. I'll bring that little, and then you kind of introduce those curves on the other side a little bit, just like that. See this? I slowly build up some of that bright on that guy. You do the same thing here, but you can go down a little bit further, just like that, and come around on the other side. But I've been doing this for a minute. I decided to really break this down a bit. Okay, as I'm looking at it here, and looking, okay, let's do this. I never done, let's do it this way. Let's get some yellow. Put the yellow right here in the white. We'll brighten it up a little bit, right? We'll brighten it up a tad, like that. Okay, okay. This is a, what are you? This is a flat, real thin one. We'll just come and we'll just kind of come this way with it. Come that way with it. Got to loosen it up a little bit there. I'll take a little loosen. I'll just loosen this up. Let me wipe off my brush. I had an excess of it on there. And then we'll do that. Like that. We'll kind of cross them. Go up in like this. Come down here. Cross a couple of them this way. We put them in there like that. Kind of cross over like that. I'm not done yet. Pop a couple this way, and pop one right across that guy. It's all right. Let's take a little bit of brown. We'll go get some brown right here. Get some blue. Put the blue right in there. Mix it. I didn't take the color off of my brush. It doesn't matter at this point. And then we'll just kind of put a little tip to it in there. A little push and push. Little push. Push there. We'll push there. We'll push one right there. We'll push one right over here. This guy. We'll push right there. He got all sorts of wild stuff going on. Hey, Pecan, how are you? It's good to see you guys. All right. Let's see what else. Okay, one more thing. Because I'm staring at it, I'm looking at it as a whole. We're gonna pan back. Alright, we'll pan back, we'll put it up there like this. Kind of see if we can straighten it out a little bit up here. Let's focus it. Okay, now, as I look at this, alright, this color is really strongly related to this color. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of something about that a little bit. Let's take a little bit of brown. Let's take some glycerin. We'll put the brown right in here. All right. Okay. We'll just come in here and we'll just kind of play around in the inside, just like that. Just don't have to go all the way. It's glycerin, so we can move it around a little bit. Okay. All right. We're gonna come down here. We'll play around in here a little bit. In here. See, it's glycerin, so I can kind of mush it around a little and play with it just a tad. All right. We're gonna take some purple. No glycerin, because glycerin's already on it. We'll take some purple and we'll pop some of that in there like this. Okay, so we're gonna just darken up a few things on this, kind of center these guys a little bit. All right, we'll put some of that in here, and I just want some dark shades happening here and there, just to kind of throw these out front a little bit from that background, because the background is so closely colored to that large red flower there. I'm gonna get some of this deep blue here, and we're gonna throw some of that. We'll throw some of that love right in here. It's like this. Come over here in the corner. Okay, just like that. We're gonna come here, right on the edge there. You're not gonna really be concentrated on any stroke marks, because I'm gonna do it in a way that there's not gonna be any stroke marks. It's just gonna kind of mesh itself in there a little bit. Okay, I'll get a little touch of glycerin. We'll thin it out and blend it. You can put some right on top of the flowers. The flowers are dry, so it doesn't matter. Remember, glycerin is transparent, so you think I'm covering them up, you got to give it a chance to dry. Okay, but I am going to just block in some of this, just a little bit, just to kind of throw those out there a little more. Okay, I'll smooth out some of this. You'll still see the flowers underneath. Don't worry, you will. Because remember, glycerin, once it dries flat. So don't worry about all of that. Okay, let's get some more dark blue, and let's play all in here. We're gonna play all up in there. We're gonna kind of just kind of, there we go. And we're gonna bring some of that out there like that. Maybe a little bit in here. I'm not gonna get rid of all that brown, but I just want to block in some of the floral aspects there. Let's kind of play around with that. Let's drag some of that love up in there like that. All right. I'll see you, Jessica, and I'll see you, Nell. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Okay, I do appreciate you guys. I think that should be really about it. I don't have to technically do anything else, but just to add a little lightning, return a little bit of lightning back to these flowers here, out here. Now it's just, I'm just picking and choosing things now, just like that. Okay. I'm just, as you add more colors, and as the colors reside, they start to dull out. You get to see what needs to be touched up a little more than others, basically. A little push, and push, and release, a little push. So I don't have to do all of them, okay? But just to kind of separate it from the background a little bit. Just like that, just a little nudge. It's all it takes for a couple of them. See this? Okay. You don't have to add them. Up to you. We're at the 98%. I hope this helps y'all, because I know I kind of screwed up a little bit with my head being in the way. I appreciate you guys coming through. Okay, this was actually really unplanned. I plan to do another video of I did a cabin and some woods and a gigantic mountain that took up like the top half of the paper. I was gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it for a Zoom class. But what I'll do is I'll probably tackle it a little bit later on today, maybe, because I'm not really doing too much. I'm looking for a script liner so I can sign on this. I meant to do this on YouTube. For some reason I cannot seem to post anything video wise on not YouTube but Facebook. So I just decided to do it on YouTube here. I'm just taking some deep purple here. Oh, I guess I'll sign it right here in the corner underneath this leaf. It doesn't matter. Actually, I don't know what I'll do with this thing. I will schedule it for a painting auction today at 6 o'clock. That won't be happening. So I'm trying to schedule something else a little bit later on a good buddy of mine. So, but we do wish the host of the canceled event much success and health. So, there won't be any auction at 6 o'clock tonight. So, on the Grumbacher paper, it's cool, Bruce. I have no issues with it. I do appreciate the better tooth. But you know what? It was, for quite some time, I wasn't painting on watercolor paper at all. And I'm doing it on Grumbacher paper right now. So, no, it's cool. It works. You know, it's been a minute since I did any art on watercolor paper. But it holds pretty well, because I just beat it to death here. The other painting I don't have, a lot of the paintings that I've done, previous paintings, I don't have. Well, I'm gonna just crumble this. I don't need this anymore. I usually take them from here, and just you don't need to see this anymore. I usually just take them and put them away, so I don't have it on hand. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I don't have them to show anybody. I can always get up and get them. They're only on the file cabinet, but still, you know. But I do appreciate everybody coming in. This is more or less for Bruce, to really break it down. I totally messed it up here for him. But yeah, if you start out with your dark color, especially for a flower that's turned inward like this, okay, you keep with the circles, and then really what the key is the outlining, okay, and you going with the flow of the direction, because these are all flipped like this one, but they're all flipped at a more or less a direct up top view. Okay, this guy's more general, except for the two folds there, because that one was on purpose, that one was not. Okay, I had too much gunk on there, so I had to scrape it away, and so I just made a flip fold out of that one. Okay, so I've shown you petals, at least how to do them, flip, because you got a center spot and going inward. Okay, you do one first. When you do the first one, the other ones are going to overlap, and now you know why I put the leaves in first before anything. Okay, so the leaves don't look like they were just placed there. No, Pecan, I did not. But I will. But no, I did not. It's all right. But no, I didn't. I know I had sent some before and they ignored it, but I'll try it. I will do it again. I just have to sit there and I'll write a letter and I'll send the pictures and whatever and see what happens. But yeah, I did not do it yet. That's all right, RV. Don't panic for nothing, Bruce. I mean, it didn't work for me here. And all I did was just scrape it away and just, you know, did this. Okay. And I was doing things on the fly. The fold here wasn't supposed to be here, but I did it anyway. That definitely wasn't supposed to be here, but I did it anyway. Okay. And this one here, 90% of my head blocked it, so I was a little upset about that. Okay. Will I do another lesson similar to this one? Who knows? I have no idea. This one's going to be, I know people would rather see a lot of this live as it's happening, but I won't destroy this one. I'll let it stand. It'll be in the floral section, and it will be in the live stream section once it's done and YouTube gets finished encoding this. So I will, it will stay. I will probably end up doing another, if I do anything, do another one of these, but more in the center. It'll be a giant one like this one. It's because Bruce didn't see much of what I did here. So I might have to return to this guy. So this one he's seen. The leaves he's seen. Even these guys he's seen. But this one here in the corner, my head was in the way. Well, I appreciate it, Pecan, but I did send him some stuff. I sent it some stuff. I did the letter. I did everything, and I heard nothing. So, but I will do it again. Definitely will. So, Johnny, I eventually will return to it. Eventually. Don't worry, Pecan. Don't worry. Like I say, I will go for round 2. But Bruce, I hope this did help you somewhat. You guys don't see my face because essentially I didn't turn the camera on. Because usually you guys will see my face in the upper corner up there somewhere. I just this is more of a lesson than anything, and I hope I succeeded a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. Usually if I have an experience with a painting that hasn't been that great, the painting doesn't really have that much meaning to me, other than the fact that I did hopefully help somebody out. So this one, yeah, I might have to do another one on that one by itself. It'll look totally different. It will still be a cabbage rose, but much more defined, and it'll be center. This freak of nature, he got to see all of that, but this was made just to see for the strokes and everything. So long as he's got the titty, all he has to do is you're cooking steak. This kid is cooking steak, yo. It's 6:40 in the afternoon, so I guess it's not too late. That's not too bad. So steak on, Gracie. Steak on. I'm just reading the chats because dead air is just atrocious. I'm gonna put some water on this sponge, and I'm gonna close this thing. You guys don't. Where is my top? There it is. You guys don't see this, but I'm just putting the top on the. Well, actually, let me do this. I'll just get another sheet of. It's Friday. I don't really have anything on my agenda, so if I do anything, it'll probably be later in the evening. Then it all depends on what YouTuber is on. But it looks like I don't know, I might come back. I see a big M for a might. Who knows? It all depends on how the rest of the day goes. So I'm just dumping my water in the giant pail beater rack I got down here, because both of my water looks like a big cup of Pepto-Bismol. So I'll be there we go. I'll be replacing that. So Vermont just said you were rude. Okay, Australia, you be safe out there, Shade. She's gonna send us a cartoon steak. And it looks like a Fred Flintstone steak at that. That looks like the rib they put on top of his car before it went sideways. Ugh. Oh yeah, I know we're gonna have a bad one come through. A few of them came through during this recording, and it's gonna get worse as the evening wears on. Because once kicking now, we're expected to have 60-mile-an-hour winds. So, happy days. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I shall see you when I see you, and until next time, be safe and peace.